June 2024, and on Friday I'll be going in to have a colonoscopy. So I thought I would just start and give you a bit of a heads up of a bit of planning for the colonoscopy operation, the lead up to it. If you've been following the channel, you know that I was diagnosed with vasculitis back in the beginning of April, and at that time they found blood in my stools. So we're finally at the point now where the vasculitis is well on its way of being healed, and booked in to have a colonoscopy. So I've got some reading to do here for you. So Monday the 17th, which is today. So on the weekend, what I did was, because one of the things I decided was that even though I don't have to start prepping until I think it's the Wednesday before the operation, I thought I would actually start to slow down what the amount of food that I eat, and how I've just changed it a bit, because your colon or your bowel is like, it's really long, and even though I've had diarrhea, that doesn't mean that I'm going to be cleared out, because apparently diarrhea can, because of the consistency, can move past any blockages that you've got. So it appears that you're emptying your bowels, but in realistic terms, you've not. I will on the day, or the day prior and the day I'll be taking what's called a bowel prep, and I'm going to videotape that procedure, because apparently it's pretty gross tasting. So we will, I'll take you along then, but right now I just want to run through what instructions I've been given and what I've bought to get me through that stage. So one of the things, as I just said, that I decided to do was kind of like change what I've been eating for the week. So starting from today, and I decided that because of the medication that I'm on, I usually have toast in the morning just to put something in my stomach that's a bit solid. Just because some medication I have to take with food. And so I decided that for the next few days, not every meal through the day, but that I fancied having pumpkin, just plain pumpkin. So I bought a pumpkin the other day and cooked it all up yesterday and cut it into pieces, and have prepared that so that I can, when I got up this morning, I actually had pumpkin. So that was pretty good. And I'll just give you a rundown now. Starting on the 19th of June, these are the instructions that I've been given, and that's a Wednesday. So starting on Wednesday, and today's Monday, stop eating. On this day, you're not allowed to eat margarine or butter, cereal, yellow cheese, meat, fruit and veg with seeds, inside or outside, brown bread, wholemeal pasta, brown rice, any desserts containing fruits or nuts, potato skins. Let me just turn the page. No seeds or nuts, or any foods containing seeds or nuts, no tomatoes, no multigrain bread. However, scoot forward a little bit. However, what you are allowed to eat on that day are plain sweet biscuits, plain savoury biscuits, cottage cheese, plain white bread or lightly toasted plain white bread, well-cooked pumpkin, mashed potato, apple juice strained, chicken and eggs. And I'm assuming it's not like fried chicken and stuff. You can also have, I think it's plain pasta. You can have tofu and jelly, as long as it's not red or purple. And the reasoning for that is that can stain your bowel or inside your bowel, and it can make it hard to actually identify any blood. The reason they don't want you to have seeds or nuts is because if they are left in the bowel, it can interfere with the equipment. So that's one reason. You also have to drink during that day 3 litres of clear fluid. And yep, clear fluid, that's right. I'm just scooting through here. Now on Thursday, which is the day before the procedure, they recommend this powder that they give you is fairly gross. And I don't think I've met or even seen any YouTube where they've said that it's nice tasting, but they give you some ideas. Now, I'm not going to go through them now because I'll go through them when I make the video. So one day prior, on the 20th, I start the morning with a light early breakfast of toast, minus everything else that I've said you can't have, which would be butter and margarine. Tea or coffee, no milk. You can drink through the day clear fluid, so it's a clear fluid only diet after that. Clear fluids, you can have strained fruit juices, broth without any vegetable particles, and jellies, and no milk. Now on that day I will be taking 2 sachets of this great mixture that I'm going to drink, and it's going to do wonders and clean me right out. The first one you take mid-afternoon, so I'm planning to have mine at 1 p.m, and you must follow that with 2 litres of water. The next one is to be taken, I think it's 5 to 7 hours later, and so I'm planning to have that around 7:30 p.m. Followed again by 2 litres of water, and apparently you can have lemon cordial along with that to help get rid of the taste. On the day of the procedure, let's have a look. So at 7:30 on the day of the procedure, and let's just go back one step. I will be phoned up the day before by the hospital to tell me what time I'm actually going to need to be there. So what time I need to be admitted. They may or may not know where I am on the list at that time, so I may not know for quite a while after I get in as to, where I am on the list. So at 7:30, I'm planning to take the 3rd sachet, followed by it's 2 to 3 litres of water or clear fluid. And the initial info I got here is to stop drinking at 10 a.m. and to fast from 10 a.m. or as directed. So I'm assuming as well the hospital, when they ring to tell me what time to come in, will also tell me when to fast for. Keep in mind that this paperwork was given to me by my medical team. They may or may not apply to you in your circumstances. And I do know that I'm pretty sure that depending whether you're having a morning procedure or an afternoon, probably what you eat and drink won't change, but the times of the day, etc., etc. So don't take this as what it would be like as far as timing, etc. for yourself. Your team will give you the information that you need to follow on the day. I am not a medical practitioner. I am just a plain old Jane, and it's kind of like a disclaimer, like I'm not a medical practitioner. So things that I say on here relate only to me. And I have been advised by my medical team how to do things, etc., etc. So as I said, Monday and Tuesday, I'm just going to have really light food. For instance, not that on a Monday or Tuesday I would run out and buy pizza, but I wouldn't be eating stodgy pizza. I'm not even going to eat a meat meal. I'm just going to keep it really light today. This morning I didn't get up and have my usual toast to take my medication by. I actually just had a bowl of pumpkin, warmed up pumpkin, and then had my medication after that. I'm going to stick to sort of very fluidy, kind of mushy kind of stuff. I was kind of led to believe that even though I would think that my bowels would be completely empty by the amount of times I need to go to the toilet. However, apparently because of how long your bowels actually are, that's usually not the case. So my plan was to lighten up on what I eat so that whatever's in my bowel right now, I'm not going to stick more hard, indigestible food on top of it. So, as I said, today for breakfast I had pumpkin, and I really love pumpkin. It's like, and I don't like it in anyone else's house. I just like it when I make it, and I can just pull it out of the freezer. So today, my plan is I also have, just because I happen to have them in the cupboard, some I think it's called OptiSlim. So basically, that's a sachet of powder that it mixes up. So obviously, I'm not sticking to anything clear. That's not what we're doing Monday and Tuesday, or clear fluids. That's not what we're doing because I don't need to. It's just trying to lighten up. And I will have that sometime today, whether that be for my lunch, I'm not quite sure. And I've also bought some cottage cheese, and I will have a little meal of that. And I can have eggs, so I may or may not just probably hard boiled or an omelette with a couple of eggs. I see what I feel like when we go ahead. So Monday and Tuesday is pretty me just doing whatever I want to do. Starting Wednesday, there's do's and don'ts, continues to Thursday and obviously Friday. And so I decided today, my husband and I, we went shopping and just grabbed a few of those things because some of these things are what we normally have here anyway, but most of them I sort of haven't got in the cupboards at the moment. We haven't done a lot of shopping because with the vasculitis in my legs, I just haven't felt well enough to walk around the supermarkets. And apart from that, I had a hip operation, which you all know about. And even though that's fine, there's no problem with the hip, it has left my left leg higher than my right. Not by a lot, but I tell you what, it actually throws your body off. So what's happening there is I'm wearing two odd shoes trying to bring up the height of my leg, but that's now throwing out my back. So I have a back problem, which I've always had a back problem, but now it's another problem that I don't need. So I don't go to the supermarket unless I really have to. And today we really had to because we decided also that we would go and pick up what we need. My husband thought of a couple of other things, and I thought, well, I'll just show you what we got, and that probably will be the end of the video. Okay, so one recommendation, because the powder that you have to drink is pretty gross, is to keep the water cold that you're going to mix it in. And I think it's only 250 ml of water, but apparently it tastes pretty gross and people do seem to have a problem drinking it. I do see a recommendation that if you drink through a straw and you put the straw more to the back of your tongue, it's a little less painless. Whether that's true or not, I'm not sure. And apparently cold water is supposed to change your taste buds somewhat. I've got myself a few containers of chicken stock, which is very tasty as a clear fluid just to drink as well. I've got cottage cheese, and I've got onion and chives, I think, there. I don't know that makes any difference, but they're more for the Wednesday and probably the Thursday. And I probably will have one today or tomorrow. I've got a couple of jellies, and I probably won't make both of them. I've also got a green, but I'm erring on the side of caution with doing the green. But I've got a mango and I've got a lemon. They recommend also OXO cubes mixed in hot water. So even though I've got chicken stock there, I've also got the OXO cubes. We've got eggs. They say that you can have some lemonade. And I think this is more of to satisfy you when you can't actually eat and you have to clear fluids. I think that's probably why they say you can have lemonade. I have seen on YouTube Gatorade, that sort of the electrolyte drinks, but it didn't have it in my list, and I'm trying to just stick with what they said. They also suggested lemon cordial, which we've got there, and also apple juice. So as long as that's clear and there's no particles in it, I don't think there'll be a problem. Really and truly just for this week, so really I didn't see anything on my list about coconut water, but I think I've seen it somewhere else, but I'll only have this Monday and Tuesday just in case. We went also because someone sort of said that, you know, you want to stay home for those days and maybe even the day or two after, and but of course you will need to travel to the hospital for admission and home again. And also I don't know how quickly you're going to, you know, just how much notice you get before you need to go to the toilet. So my husband suggested, and then I followed through with this, so and because I'm way past needing any sanitary napkins, I've got some pads, and I've got some overnight pads, because I plan to probably, as soon as I start taking the mixture, I think I'm going to just wear a pad, and just for any kind of accidents. They do also recommend some wet wipes. So I've got fragrance free. And then my husband said, well, you know, if you have to change your pads and you're going to use the wet ones, then really we should get some El Cheapo plastic bags, just a small, just so that we can wrap that in there and it can be taken out to the bin. And then also we've got some very nice smelling, both Coles, just just mask the you know, mask the smell if there's any. Okay, so that's basically what we bought today. And I you know, I've got 4 of these in the fridge, and I've got the OXO cubes. It does a lot. Jellies make a lot of jellies. Juices will last a while. So I think I've got enough there without going crazy. So for now, this is just really the first part. There'll be another video coming up soon, when starting on the day that I have to start the prep. So that will be on the Thursday. And you know, when I told a few of my friends I'm going to have a colonoscopy, well, the colonoscopy is not the hard part, it's drinking the bowel prep. So we will see. Okay, so stay tuned and keep your eye out for the next video, which not sure when it's coming out. As I said, I think it's the 17th or something today. My operation is on the 21st. And because all the medical stuff I do have going on, and you know, sometimes it takes me a while to get something together. Thank you for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed, I'm a girl or a lady or a woman. I'm grown up. I have got a brain disease that I was diagnosed in 2020, which is incurable. There's no medication for. And then 3 months ago, I needed a hip operation. 1 week after the hip operation, I had a huge flare-up of red whelps / rashes / pus-filled sores all over my legs for the last 3 months. diagnosed as vasculitis. In that time, we were tested my poop while I was in hospital, and on 2 different testings they found blood, which has now led to a colonoscopy. Anywho, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.